Hi, everybody, welcome back. I hope you're all doing well. So, in today's video,
See, the thing is, nowadays, I'm leaving quietly and gracefully. No long paragraphs, no ultimatums, no long discussions about how I feel and what you should have done and what we could have done better, da 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 da. I ain't got it in me. Because if you think I'm gonna argue with you about some things you think you know, or some shit I actually know, out of your mind, off of your rocker, it ain't happening, boo. I have no desire to change any of the narrative that people have about me because that's just how you feel about me, manifesting. If you feel a type of way about a person, guess what's gonna happen? Everything you see them do, you're gonna make it out to look like or fit whatever narrative you already have about them in your brain already. So there is no point in me trying to protest. It just is what it is, and that is okay. Because anybody who knows me and truly knows my character wouldn't even let none of that shit slide. Anyways, y'all have a wonderful rest of your day. Toodles.
yeah, she's right. She's right. Leave quietly. Plan your exit. You don't have to stay in a toxic, abusive relationship, okay? Or friendship, whatever ship that you're in, you don't have to be in that relationship. You can leave for your peace of mind, for your sanity, for you. And some people stay way longer than they're supposed to because, oh, I have children with him. Oh, my body is already ruined. Oh, he's going to like me. Oh, nobody wants me. Oh, I've wasted the years. Oh, I'm going to stay because of the children. So many excuses. But what about you? While you're ticking the boxes for everybody else, what about you? Oh, I don't mind. I'm already in there. It's already bad. A bad person is better than an empty home. So you stay. But anyway, let's get into some of the opinions of other people, and I'm going to come back and talk a little bit more. So let's get into the video.
There's a certain subset of people that will only love you once you leave. They only value your presence once it's gone. And when you leave is when they will decide to treat you the way that you deserved to be treated the entire time. Let me tell you this from personal experience as someone who's dealt with this in friendships and romantic relationships. When they come back, do not fall for the okie doke. Okie doke can be gifts, praise, promises, ideas, all these things that have been missing the entire time will now, out of nowhere, be there. We've all heard the saying, you don't miss water until the well runs dry. Do you want to be the water that someone wanted after the well runs dry? Or do you want to be the water that someone needs to survive? The water that keeps them going. The water that they have at least a gallon of a day, replenish, filter, bathe in, sprinkle Epsom salt into, take care of, and need. There is a big difference. When you realize that the person you are around values you only because you are not there, it's not a representation of you. Do not internalize it, but just realize this person has their own issues. Most likely their attachment style is way off. They have the kind of love with their caregiver that you most likely do not have. And it is not something that you need to facilitate in your life. And if you're the kind of person who's really empathetic and you psychoanalyze them and you go, oh, it's because of all these traumatic instances and blah, 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 blah. Don't fall for being so understanding that you are okay with being disrespected. That person has their own healing journey that they need to go on to work on themselves. Take it from me, move on. And unfortunately, a lot of these people treat the people that treat them like crap the best. They'll have friendships with people that treat them like the scum of the earth and they love them. And then you who pour into them and love them and treat them right, they despise. Again, you can understand the logic, but you do not have to be a part of it.
Men are not stupid. I hate that we've really taken the phrase, men are stupid, and we ran with it, because it's really not true. And I saw a lot of comments under that video that were saying things like, well, I don't care if he cares. He just needs to know that he hurt me. He needs to know what he did. He needs to know why it's wrong. If you are over a certain age, like let's say you're in your mid-20s, even early 30s and up, he knew what he did. You're not the first woman he's talked to. You're not the first woman that he's done that shit with. 9 times out of 10, he knew the reaction he was gonna get from you. And also, I wanna add, probably also planned for you to get upset. A lot of times it is a test. Like I said in the original video, men thrive off of emotion. It doesn't matter whether it's good or bad. So when we say things like, oh, well, I don't care what he thinks. I just want him to know. He knew. When you get into your mind that, dang, like you thought about this and you disrespected me, it should just give you the complete ick and allow you to walk away. It's kind of the same sentiment as when people say like, oh, I'm not gonna block them because I want them to see me doing well. You still care. You still care, and that's okay, but you gotta be real with yourself. When you really internalize that somebody thought about what they were gonna do to you, they thought about how it was gonna hurt you, they thought about how you would react to it, and they either decided that they didn't care or that they would do it anyways on purpose for the reaction, it will completely turn you off and allow you to just turn your emotions off to them. Another thing I think people misunderstood about my video is that I'm not telling women to not have emotions. I'm an incredibly emotional person. I'm telling you, do not give any of your emotion to them because they do not deserve it. Turn around, do a 180 about face, and direct that emotion to a homegirl, to a therapist. And unfortunately, a lot of times when we give these long, drawn out messages about what they did and how it hurt us and every little thing that they had us fucked up on in detail, it's only going to be used as a playbook for next time. You're teaching him how to disrespect you, and you're also teaching him that he has unlimited chances. At the end of the day, regardless of what you say and how long the paragraph is and how well you explain to him what he did wrong, all he's gonna take from it is the fact that he responded and he still has access to you. I know, it's hard. Female rage is great, but ooh, that piece hits different, I promise.
The feeling of regret is what will destroy that man. That's why you have to walk away. That's why you have to disappear. Mainly for yourself. Mainly for yourself. That's the most important thing. You have to do it for you, not just to get a reaction out of him. No. You have to do it because you want to leave. So, if you stay and you don't walk away, you don't disappear, how is that man going to feel any regrets? How is he going to realize what he has done to you? I mean, I wouldn't think it's a problem if you're tired and you can't deal with me, but you're still here. I'm not going to think I'm the problem. I'm telling you right now. And that's what he's going to do. He's going to keep walking all over you. He's going to keep taking advantage of you. He don't think he's the issue. He think, obviously, okay, you can endure whatever you keep complaining about. You obviously can endure this pain. You see what I'm saying? You have to walk away. And if you did walk away and then he did the begging and, I'm going to do better and you came back, he still didn't learn his lesson. You have to walk away for good. And, some of these women that do walk away and come back, these men, they say to themselves, oh, if she walk away again or whatever, I'll give her a week or 2 weeks tops. She'll be back. You see, they're taking you as a joke. But then when it gets to months and years, it's going to eat their ass up. That feeling of regret, I promise you, is going to eat their ass up. And here comes the what ifs. You definitely don't allow a man to come back after years and years. No. You don't have any other options? You had to double back and come back over here? That's almost a form of disrespect to you now. Because what the fuck, you thought you could just come back after all these years? You gotta walk away. You have to disappear. It's over. It's done. And a lot of times when you allow a man to come back after all those years, they do you way worse. So don't do that. You have to walk away. That's it. It's a done deal. Cry, do whatever you need to do, but it's over. That's it. It's going to eat his ass up.
Let me tell you something. Y'all remember when Judge Toller, if y'all follow Judge Toller like I do, she have this saying, and she always say this: never let a man tell you more than once he doesn't want you. But I'm going to add something to it and go a bit further. Not only should you never let a man tell you more than once that he don't want you, never let a man show you more than once that he don't want you. You don't want me, I don't want you. Huh? See, it ain't about being cold. It really, truly is about loving you enough to say, I don't want to go, but I gotta go. And you ain't leaving for them or because they told you to leave. You leaving for you. See, you got to somehow pack your respect up and roll out. See, you can't sit around and allow yourself to be disrespected. And you don't want to disrespect anybody else because y'all know when you angry, anything liable to fly out your mouth. You liable to do anything. Anybody's liable to get hurt. Fists start swinging, pots and pans start swinging, words start swinging, the children be crying, kicking and screaming and kicking and stomping and glass being broken, all of that carrying on. And for what? For what? What's it going to solve? Because if somebody don't want you, I promise you, you can't make them want you. You can be the best woman in the world. And yes, this goes both ways. But I'm talking to ladies right now, like I always do, because I'm a woman. And I know what it's like to not be wanted. And I know what it's like to be disrespected. And I know what it's like to be called names. And I know what it's like for somebody to put their hands on you. And I know what it's like to be spit on and to be treated like you're nothing. I know what that's like. That's why I have a disregard for women who do have good men and don't know how to treat them. But I'm talking to you queens out there who somebody may not want. They don't want you. And you want to hold on. And you want to hold on for dear life because maybe you can say something different. Maybe you can do something different. Maybe you can act different. Maybe you can just be a little more quieter. Maybe you can just keep the house a little cleaner. Maybe you can work a little harder. You can't. They don't love you. They don't want you. And they've told you that more than once. They've shown you that more than once. So you have a responsibility to yourself, and if you have children, to your children, to be a lady and leave quietly. See, because anything can happen if you don't. Anything can happen if you don't. Somebody could not see tomorrow if you don't. Somebody could get hurt if you don't. The children can be scarred for life if you don't. Your respect, your self-respect and dignity could be lost if you don't. Your pride could be lost if you don't. Your self-love could be lost if you don't. You could not love again and just close your heart out and become hard if you don't. Sweetheart, it's not for him. It's for you. Be a lady, my darling, and leave quietly. You ain't got to do all that. You ain't got to do all that kicking. You ain't got to do all that stomping. You ain't got to do all that name calling. You ain't got to do all that screaming. You ain't got to do all that getting on the phone telling everybody what he done did to you. You ain't got to do all that videoing. You ain't got to do all of nothing. Just pack. Just pack. And if it ain't you that's got to pack, maybe he gonna pack. Somebody, you just got to get out of each other's space.
I've heard multiple stories of women who broke up with abusive men who ended up losing their lives because they announced their exit. Sometimes you don't have to tell everybody. You don't have to tell them anything. You just plan and you leave. Okay? Because there's no need for you to be losing your life over a relationship, over a man. Especially if he's abusive. If you know what he's capable of, like, don't tell them, oh, I'm leaving. Also, most of the time when you announce that you're leaving, you are not actually ready to leave. Because when you announce your exit, you want them to fight for you, and that's why you're telling. It's almost like, oh, I'm leaving, and you're expecting them to say, oh, don't leave, oh, stay, oh, I'm going to change. But you've heard that story over and over and over again, and you know he's not going to change. You know he's going to take you out or buy you a couple of presents, and then he's back at the same routine again. Nothing is going to change until you make the change for yourself, okay? And I think I shared a video some time ago about some women staying in certain relationships because they're afraid that when they leave, this guy is going to become a better version of himself and another woman is going to enjoy. That's not up to you. That's not your problem. Your only problem should be you. Your mental health, your physical health, your children's mental health, and so on and so forth. There's no need for you to overstay in an abusive relationship. Yes, maybe you were not the woman for him. Maybe you couldn't change him. Maybe somebody else will come and change him. That is none of your business. Plan your exit and leave in silence. End off. Don't explain yourself to anybody. Just do that for you. Okay? Because nothing is going to change if you stay. Like I always say, you teach people how to treat you. Okay, if you say, oh, anything goes with you, anything is going to go with you. You know, if you accept the bare minimum, he's going to continue the bare minimum. But when you're actually ready to leave and you're mentally prepared, right? Don't tell anybody about it. You plan, you save that money, you plan where you're going to go, what your next move is going to be, and so on and so forth, and bounce. And bounce. You don't need permission to fall out. Let him wonder why you left later. Find somewhere safe to go to. And like the other lady was saying, learn to leave for good, not because you want a reaction out of them, but because you are going. If you're going and you've made your decision, leave for good. There's no need for you to be going back on their Facebook page, Instagram page, checking out what is going on in their lives. There's no need for it. I was watching a series yesterday, and there was a girl who was so mistreated by her ex, and she kept, stalking his page, and I was like, why are you doing that? Even going to the house, I think she's trying to warn the other woman. That's not in your place to do it. You have left for a reason. Leave. Alright? Do things that will make you happy. There's no need for you to insert yourself in that relationship. For all you know, after the smear campaign, what is going to happen is he's going to try to get another woman who may probably look better than you, in his opinion, right? And he's going to shower this woman with so much love so everybody will know that he's a great guy. That's none of your business. Time will tell. Okay, because a fake person, how long are they going to continue being fake? So it's none of your business. Just leave them alone. And maybe he's the right person for her, or she's the right person for him. So that's none of your business. What matters is you feeling safe, you being sound mentally, and you being loved. Block and delete and keep it pushing. That's all I'm going to say. Thank you so much for watching. Leave your opinions in the comment section, and I'll see you again with another video. Take care of yourselves. Bye.